Here we describe a case of RIRS with holmium laser lithotripsy for multiple ureteric and renal calculi. The patient is a 28-year male who presented with left flank pain. On evaluation, was found to have multiple left upper ureteric calculi along with multiple calculi in the left kidney and a few small tiny concretions in the right kidney. So the patient underwent left side DJS stenting in preparation for RIRS and also to help him get relieved of the pain and hydronephrosis. The patient was given option of RIRS with holmium laser lithotripsy versus URS plus PCNL. Now the advantage of RIRS, as we can see in these images, is that the tip of the flexible endoscope can be negotiated into various calyces of the kidney, including the upper pole, the middle pole and the lower pole. Whereas in PCNL, in cases of multiple renal calculi, we may need to have multiple accesses in order to visualize all the calyces. We can see the deflection of the flexible scope inside the pelvic calyceal system, which is helpful in visualization of various calyces of the kidney. So that's the procedure in action. So first of all, we inserted the ureteric access sheet till the level of L4 lumbar vertebra, and with the help of Flex X2C and with the use of holmium laser fiber, the upper ureteric calculi were dusted and were pushed back into the kidney. Now we are inspecting the pelvic calyceal system. That's the upper pole calyces. We can clearly see the Rendell plugs, which were also mimicking as calculi on the CT scan. So that's the upper pole with the papilla and the Rendell's plug. Then we move to the middle pole area. Again we can see Rendell's plug. So multiple calculi in the kidney, few of them were actually the Rendell's plug and not a calculus. So this way RIRS were helpful in differentiating renal calculi from Rendell's plug or renal calcifications. So that's a calcified papilla, not a stone. We further deflect the scope to go towards the mid pole of the kidney. So this way multiple punctures of PCNL were avoided and we could easily differentiate between calcified papilla or the Rendell's plug and actual calculi in the pelvic calyceal system. Now we deflect the scope towards the lower pole side. So this is the infundibulum. So here we can see that an extruding stone at the level of the papilla. That's a Rendell's plug. That's a calculus which is still attached to the papilla. So that will be laced and dusted. That's a papilla again with the Rendell's plug. So multiple calcifications of the calculi reported in the CT were actually calcified. Now that's a calculus in the lower pole calyx. That's a calculus adhered to the papilla. So clearly we can differentiate between calculi, Rendell's plug, calculi adherent to the papilla, and so unnecessary punctures can be avoided and we can be sure whether the calculi reported on the CT scan are actually calculi or Rendell's plug. So now these are the stone fragments in the lower pole calyces. So since the infundibular angle is good for RIRS, so we did not do basket. We laced the stone in the lower pole calyx using the dusting mode. The energy settings were 0.6 joule and 10 hertz. Subsequently, we use the popcorn effect, and this way we can see fine dust particles. Now that's another calculus in a small calyx. Now this is difficult to be negotiated with the PCNL. With the RIRS, it is way in front of us and it was easily dusted. And after dusting all the visible calculi, we do flushing and irrigation. We took a sample from the ureteroscopic surgery for stone analysis. Compared to PCNL, RIRS helps in avoiding renal cortical puncture. Thereby, there is reduced risk of bleeding, and the patient can have early return to work, especially physically exerting work, because after PCNL we usually advise bed rest because it's a renal cortical puncture and there's a risk of renal pseudoaneurysm formation during the first or second week after surgery. Compared to extracorporeal shockwave lithotripsy, RIRS is more precise, faster, and provides more reliable results without unnecessary hitting the renal cortex. But yes, this technology also has certain limitations. It is an expensive modality both for the patient as well as for the operating neurosurgeon. The procedure may need to be staged, especially for large calculi. Sometimes it is difficult to negotiate the scope into a particular calyx because of variation in the calyceal infundibular angulations that restricts the movement of the scope. But overall, retrograde intravenous surgery with holmium laser lithotripsy is a safe, reliable, and a precise method of tackling kidney stones with minimal risk of bleeding without the need of puncturing renal tissue, with early recovery to work, especially physically exerting. Thank you.